Hi, I'm Flying Rich, and when I'm not I mean uncontrolled landing my plane, I like watching John Crump news. And on today's episode, John's going to be talking about the ATF and a new leak that he has that shows that the ATF will prosecute you if you serialize a silencer too early or if you serialize a silencer too late. Isn't this crazy, guys? Like me? Thank you, Rich, for the introduction. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist with Amelin News, where you can find out your latest 2A news. I report on the ATF, FBI, and all the agencies and organizations that want to violate your God-given and constitutionally protected right to bear arms. I am also a gun rights advocate with Gun Owners of America, where I am currently serving as GOA's Virginia State Director. Gun Owners of America is Washington, D.C.'s only no compromise gun lobby. All right, with that out of the way, if you can give this video a big thumbs up. If we get to 100 thumbs up, I will go on a plane ride with Flying Rich. God help me. Please don't get it to 100. Please, please, please. But if you can also like, comment, and subscribe, let me know what you think about the story. I would definitely appreciate it. Today's story deals with the serialization of suppressors. A while ago, there was a guy named Milton who was a FFL SOT that made suppressors. An IOI, industry operations investigator, came into his place of work and found enough parts on his bench to make a fully working suppressor. So they charged him with an unregistered, unserialized suppressor. They criminally prosecuted him and he was found guilty. So what happened is a lot of SOTs started serializing the tubes of the suppressors early to avoid being another Milton. From a leak, I have now found out that the ATF is going to start criminally prosecuting people that serialize the tubes too early. And they say that these guys are falsifying the NFA records, which is kind of ridiculous because now you don't know when you should serialize the suppressor. See, when you should serialize the suppressor is up to the IOI. An IOI can look at suppressor parts and say that's far enough along to be considered a suppressor. Another IOI can come along and say that's not far enough along to be considered a suppressor. So depending on your IOI, you can be guilty of making a suppressor that's unserialized, or you can be guilty of falsifying NFA records. It's really, really scary, and it leaves a unclear gray area because the ATF doesn't give clear guidelines to anyone, including the IOIs, as to what's a suppressor and what's not a suppressor, how far along it is, or how far along it is not. It is a you know it when you see it type thing, and when I know it, another IOI might not know it, or they might know it, and I might not know it. So it's really subjective, and that's really, really scary. And it brings up a bigger question. What about Form 1s? To make an SBR, SBS, or suppressor, you have to Form 1 the device before you make it. So let's say that you Form 1 a device and they come in and say, hey, you falsified NFA records because this device doesn't exist. Or will they let it go and say, well, this is different from a Form 2? The leak wasn't really clear on that because IOIs don't investigate normal people like you or me. So is this going to go beyond the IOIs into other parts of the ATF, or is this just going to stay on the industry side? It's kind of a scary thought, and it's another gray area where it shows that the ATF is an out of control agency. We can fight back all we want, but until someone holds the ATF accountable, it's not going to really do much. But we still need to fight back and shine a light on everything that they do that's wrong, because sunlight is the best disinfectant. All right. Hope you got something out of this story, and I hope you will share it with people you know. especially FFL SOTs, because they really need to know this. Because the ATF doesn't want them to know this, because that way they can prosecute more people. The ATF is not a good organization. All right, disband the ATF. If you like what I do here, you can go ahead and visit my Patreon at patreon.com/John Crump. You can help support this channel and help support me leaving in the middle of the night to go meet with contacts to get information on the ATF and FBI so they don't get busted, and make my wife a little bit happier because she gets pissed off every time I go in the middle of the night to meet with people. You can also check out my live channel, John Crump Live, where you can see my conversations with the people that make a difference in the world, from the gun world and beyond. Writers, activists, people in the industry, everyone. It's really cool. We have a fun time over there. And thank you to TUSC.network for helping sponsor this video. They're awesome people. It's a cryptocurrency with firearms market in mind. You can also go to Black Swan Tactical and pick up an FFOA patch. These things will probably be sold out within the next few days. So if you want to get one fast. They're from Toxic Patch Co. Some glow, some don't. So you just pick out the ones you want. And yeah, it will be really cool. Go do that. Once again, my name is John Crump. Stay ever vigilant. Stay ever free. Keep in the fight. And I'm out. Peace.